In 2B Hero X episode 20, Nice has finally appeared with way more dialogues compared to the episode when he first appeared. Since I am obviously not a Nice fan, of course I had observed him and will be talking a lot about him, more than necessary. I find Nice's habit of blowing strands of his hair to its place very cute and quite relatable. It kind of shows that he is easily irritated. It's like he wants to quickly blow away any hindrance that gets in his way. For someone who's known to be nice, he is often looking impatient or annoyed. And apparently, Nice also has the tendency to destroy property when he gets angry. Which reminds me of this scene. No wonder these two are best friends. They wreck stuff. Anyway, Nice clearly has anger management issues. As long as he's not in front of someone or he's not in somewhere where he needs to pretend, he lets himself loose. What a destructive person. But what was he angry about? Well, it looks like he was super upset about only becoming a ranking hero by next year. He wants it as soon as possible. Or perhaps it's more than a want. He needs to. Like his life depends on it. I have a feeling that Nice's desperation is not only because of personal reasons. Maybe he needs to become a ranking hero for a promise he made with Rek or something like that. But Nice isn't exactly a totally good person, so I won't be surprised if he was simply being selfish. Oh, I find it intriguing that Nice has no issues about killing civilians if it will help him achieve his goals. Loli's tools were able to detect his hostility despite having so many trust values. His dark aura might have been overflowing, but it looks like Nice is a killing machine that doesn't attack recklessly as he waits for an opportunity to kill Professor Law, like an assassin. Frankly, I think he's more like an assassin compared to Ghostblade. Rock needed to persuade Ghostblade to kill his targets by making the targets appear like bad people. Well, with Nice, Mr. Shan didn't even need to elaborate. So Nice is pretty much as merciless and as brutal as what Isol had become. Ironically, the two heroes who are so desperate to be in the top rankings are so powerless against Queen. It's like they're dreaming for the impossible, though. Queen is too overpowered. But oh yeah, these two are the types who are willing to stain their hands with blood in order to get what they want. Maybe they think it's possible with dirty tricks. About Nice's battle against Loli, it's quite refreshing to see Nice not going easy on her, or it might be more accurate to say that he can't. So he fought against her like he would with any other opponent. It's not often to see this kind of gender equality. Well, I can't say that Nice wasn't underestimating her, but he wasn't underestimating her in a sense that he sees her as weak because of her appearance, at least. He was only being arrogant about being able to counter any of her clever tricks. He was so smug about it that it's so much fun to watch him later get hit, get trapped, get, what's the term for this? Binded, and then get hit again. Yeah, this is coming from a Nice fan. It's so entertaining to see this perfect guy look so pathetic. But this episode had also showed how strong Nice can be. I remembered Loli mentioning that her armor can make Nice weaker, yet he was able to land destructive punches, free himself from that red stuff, and even escape from the falling rocks. Or maybe he was indeed becoming weaker because Voldy is able to hit him despite wearing less armor. Anyway, throughout their fight, it was so much fun to watch Nice evade the attack so elegantly. Reminds me of Linling. Speaking of Linling, he had a cameo. Oh, it made me so happy. I wish there will be more of him soon, though I'm afraid he might also have joined the dark side. Oh no. I don't want to think about that for now. If If fear was used to create Nice's perfect persona, then could it be referring to the scripted rivalry between Nice and Rek? But it doesn't make sense for fear to be directly used on Nice himself. So maybe that's how Rek acquires his powers? But Rek didn't seem to be consumed by fear. Well, except on this scene when he found out about Nice's death. Nice, on the other hand, seems to be consumed by a lot of fear, even though we don't see any confirmation about him being in direct contact with those fear particles. Come to think of it, Ghostblade is still fine despite being hit by one of those particles. Maybe it's not easy to affect some people with fear. Well, what's confirmed though was that those thugs that were going after X in the trailers are indeed created using fear. Lolly crushed them all by herself in this episode. Well, Nice took the credit for it in this ad? Or maybe the ad is referring to events after the Ruins incident to make Nice more popular. Or maybe everything in this ad is fake. By the way, I've noticed that putting aside moments with Rek, Nice always needs to do some quick preparation before he smiles. Like, it's always an act for him to smile, while every other emotion or expression will be more natural for him. But his smiles take time to fake. And his only natural smile is when he is being smug or arrogant or threatening or the like. I think even Mr. Shand knows about his fake smile, but Naya still acts to look nice in front of him anyway. It's like he is so desperate to please Mr. Shand. Oh. The interactions between Mr. Shand and Nice in this episode are like that of a father and son, but the toxic type. Nice is like a boy struggling to impress his father by becoming the top student in his class, but he couldn't even make it to the top 10, and it's stressing him out a lot. He's very pressured to be perfect, and he becomes violent when he fails. But in front of his father, he's so tamed and afraid. Afraid of his father becoming disappointed in him. Afraid of his father no longer treasuring him. Afraid of his father abandoning him. I think Nice was genuinely sad when Mr. Sean said that he won't be Nice's personal manager anymore. Maybe only the most promising hero is being personally looked after by the company's CEO, and Nice didn't like the idea of not being special anymore. So he was like clinging to the hope that Mr. Sean will stay with him since it's always been like that since the beginning. However, Mr. Sean directly told him that he no longer sees any value on Nice. Ouch. It's totally like a son not getting any love anymore because he wasn't performing as expected. About when this scene happened, my guess is that it was during the time when Mr. Shan discovered and recruited Fairman. Mr. Shan might have seen that hero to be more promising, and he was quite right since Fairman became part of the top 10 by just defeating Isol's nemesis, accidentally. With the father giving more attention to another child, it might have made Nice so envious that he took out his anger on others. On Nice's case, it was on Miss J and Moon, making him insufferable to both of them. Even if Nice had a condition that causes him to be obsessed with perfectionism, that doesn't necessarily excuse any bad behavior. After all, Lin Ling had remained decent despite suffering from some of the symptoms. So I think Nice's condition just made his already bad attitude a lot worse. And I think that his bad attitude is part of his childish tantrums for not getting attention from his father. By the way, Mr. Shan mentioned about heroes becoming a thing of the past once Professor Luo's research becomes successful. And if that happens, Nice will be abandoned. Nice must have been so afraid of that happening that he volunteered to do what Mr. Shand wants. He was like a child, indirectly given permission by his father to do whatever it takes to get higher chances of making it to the top, like destroying his rivals or threatening his teachers. Oh my gosh. The twisted father and son relationship between these two breaks my heart. It would hurt worse if Nice is his biological son. Speaking of which, I wonder if Mr. Shan does something similar to Shang Chao, but that seems unlikely because of Shang Chao's bright personality. So it would make more sense if Mr. Shan only became like that after Shang Chao's death. Oh dear, that's depressing too. Then it's like he's taking out all that rage on Nice instead. Oh my god. I am very, very, very worried about what will happen on the next episode after seeing this preview. What kind of nurturing is this? Oh, please, don't hurt my precious. If I'm not mistaken, what made Nice do this is related to the Smile incident, and Smile is related to X. I wonder if X has some special connection with Nice. I can't help but notice him immediately buying the magazine the moment he saw Nice in one of its pages. I'm so intrigued. Well, this is my first video about just a particular episode from To Be Hero X. There's actually a lot to talk about, but I'm a little biased with my favorites for now. So, if you enjoy this kind of video, then I would appreciate it if you click the like button. That may motivate me to talk about other To Be Hero X topics or episodes through a video instead of through YouTube posts only. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again. Take care.